Structure Therapeutics shares more than 65% off their 52-week high, despite positive updates in its weight loss portfolio. Last month, the company announced it completed enrollment for 2 studies focused on dosing its lead obesity pill candidate, set to accelerate the time it takes to get the drug to phase 3 trials and raising the stakes for competition in the race to make an oral weight loss drug. For more, Structure CEO Ray Stevens joins us here on set. Ray, welcome to the show. Great to have you with us.
Thank you, Melissa. It's great to be here in person.
So we should be getting the readouts for the phase 2 access studies by year-end 2025. Tell us about the actual drug and the molecule, because you say that it's a similar scaffolding to Lilly's candidate, oral candidate.
Yeah, so aleniglipron is the name of our drug. We're very excited about it. So we'll have 2 different phase 2B readouts at the end of this year, Access and Access 2. The first one, we believe, an access study will see equivalent to the best-in-class, potentially best-in-class, what's out there right now for oral small molecule pills. And the access 2 gives us the opportunity to potentially get even higher efficacy from that study. So we're really excited about both of these studies reading out at the end of the year.
How do you think about the competition? Is it Lilly's candidate specifically? I mean, Pfizer's candidate is sort of pushed to the side for now. Is it Lilly's oral candidate? Is it injectables? Will it be Lilly's retatrutide, for instance?
Yeah, I think 2025 is going to be a really exciting year for patients, really, because they're finally going to have options. Right now, the options are injectable. And as you've said in the show before, most people discontinue injectables 85% after 2 years. And so patients will finally get the chance to have options, an oral pill, a once-a-day oral pill. And as we talk to physicians, what they really want the most, flexibility. So the oral pills, giving that to their patients, being able to take the pill, as they want, based on tolerability. This will be a really exciting year. I think it'll be the year for oral GLP-1 small molecules.
The way you're talking about it sounds like it will be a substitute for an injectable as opposed to an off-ramp from an injectable where you maintain weight. How are you seeing it fit into the landscape now?
I think it's really about giving patients options right now. The biggest option that's needed, accessibility. We all have stories of somebody that we know that could not get access to these medicines. It's heartbreaking, the stories that you hear. And so being able to make these medicines accessible to people is really what drives us, and making an oral small molecule that can be manufactured. We're a small biotech company. We can manufacture 6,000 metric tons. That's enough for 120 million people today. That's more than Novo and Lilly can do combined. And so I think it's really about giving those patients the options. If they want to take the injectable once a week, there's convenience to that. If they want to take the oral pill once a day, there's that. And then we've talked before in the show about maintenance. And some people may want to switch, what we call, switch studies, where what they're on an injectable, they may want to transition over to a once-a-day oral pill.
Right. You've said that you are looking for a good partner. What does that mean? And is it specifically for this candidate, for the oral candidate? Yeah. Does partnership also include, I don't know, an agreement, a takeover? Does it? What is it?
Yeah. What we're driven by, what we are really motivated by, is making sure that we can get this medicine to as many people as possible. That's what drives us. We're going to make decisions based on that, plain and simple. So who has that large commercial capability? That's really important. And so any partnership that we're having, that we're thinking about, really has to be about commercialization and getting this to the masses.
I think some of the concerns, and correct me if I'm wrong, but the stock move lower is on the back of 89% experienced nausea in the study. And I think that's maybe scaring not the investing community, but some of the trading community. Can you do anything to sort of assuage concerns of those people?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great question. So the reason why we've seen this, and Eli Lilly with orforglipron, and one of the other reasons we think 2025 is going to be the year of the small molecule, is because Eli Lilly will read out in Q2, their type 2 diabetes data, and in Q3, their healthy overweight data. And then we'll have in Q4 our healthy overweight data. What we're able to do in this time, when these longer time period studies, is we can titrate once every 4 weeks, where we give somebody the drug for 4 weeks at 1 dose, 5 milligrams, and then after 4 weeks go up a dose. That allows the body to get used to these medicines. That's what one really needs. We've learned this from the injectable peptides. They go and titrate once every 4 weeks. Why do we think the oral pills are going to be any different? So finally, in 2025, we're going to get to see oral pills on the same titration schedule as the injectable peptides.
When do you need to find this partner by? I mean, if you're going to have phase 2 by the end of the year, you're going to be in at some point, commercialization is very close.
Yeah, so one of the things, there's the old adage in biotech is raise money when you can, not when you need it, and we've executed on that flawlessly. So we're in a very good capital situation right now. We have runway until the end of 2027. And so we're able to complete our phase 2B. We're already conducting some of the studies for phase 3 readiness. Where we would really like to have that partner is really for commercialization and indication expansion. This is a medicine not just for chronic weight management, but we're seeing the improvements in cardiovascular, kidney, liver, and we'll see later this year even CNS diseases.
Right.